Greetings, Eric Bakker, New Zealand naturopath. Thanks for checking out the video. Today we're going to talk about parasite cleansing, best parasite cleanse ever, on how to really get that gut in great shape. Don't be afraid of parasites. Don't be scared of these things. I would say over half of the people out there now currently globally have got a parasite of some sort. So many people have got these bugs, even without knowing about it. There's an increased incidence of parasites the last several years, and it's only getting more and more and more. It's escalating. People are traveling more than ever. Travel's cheap. People are moving around the globe a lot. There's more people than ever on the planet, and there's more people moving than ever. And of course, this means transmission of different microbes around the place, including parasites. They don't always necessarily have to come from third world countries. A lot of American people I see have parasites. A lot of European people I see have got parasites. The smartest thing you can do, though, guys, is assessment. It's good to check out what you've got lurking internally. And a comprehensive stool test is the way to do it. If you don't want to do a CSA, a comprehensive stool assessment, do a parasitology. You can do a ×1, 2, or 3. You can have 1 stool sample, 2 or 3 stool samples. And they're not that expensive. So this is a great way to assess what's going on inside. A good example is a patient I had last week from Ohio in America who been on a Candida treatment for several years. When we got the stool test results back, she had 4 different kinds of parasites inside her gut. She didn't have any Candida at all. She had a chronic lack of beneficial bacteria, and she had all these different parasites. And 2 of them were in a 4+ count. They were very high. So assessment will not only tell you what you've got, it will actually tell you how big the problem is. Right? So think about that. I recently just watched now on YouTube a very prominent American man who's featured a lot on YouTube. He talked about parasite cleansing, but he didn't talk about assessment. He just talked about treatment. He talked about supplements right away and about eating, pumpkin seeds and stuff, but there was no mention at all on assessment. There's talk about colonics, but no talk at all about assessment. So to me, if you're not going to assess something like parasites before you start treating it, it's like you're going on the ocean without a map or a compass. You've got no idea where you're going, what direction you're heading in, or how successful you're going to be. So labs now are very, very good at doing this. So ask your primary doctor for a proper parasite assessment. Ask your naturopathic doctor, ask your chiropractic doctor, or whoever you go to, but get assessed and get a proper test done before you embark on a treatment. It just makes a lot of sense. So let's just say you've got an assessment and it's come back with a parasite. Now, these could be dientamoeba, you could be looking at blastocystis, there could be entamoeba, histolytica, or there could be any one of dozens of different types of bugs lurking inside you. So what are you going to do? Well, the first thing I would also recommend that you do is, if you've done a test, is to look at what your level of beneficial bacteria are. Have you got nil growth? Have you got low count, medium, or have you got high count? And then also look at the other bacteria you've got. Have you got a lot of imbalanced bacteria? What's the flora like in the gut in general? Right? Important things to understand before you start. Treatment itself. When we think about treatment, we think about eating the right kind of foods. You're not going to get rid of parasites if you're going to have burgers and fries and Coke all day. If you're going to have a couple of beers or vodka, or gin and tonics, you're not really going to help. It's not going to go towards you to eradicate parasites, is it? So I'm really of the opinion that you should be alcohol-free for several months in your quest to really clean the gut up. But that also includes beverages, like sodas and orange juice, fruit juices, and things like that. I prefer that you just have if you want something refreshing, maybe have some soda water and add some lemon juice to it, something refreshing in the mouth. Just drink plain water or herbal teas like I do. So just be careful what you drink. A lot of sugar in that. A lot of artificial colours and flavours, a lot of artificial sweeteners in that stuff. Also look at the food you're eating. You don't want to be on a high refined carbohydrate diet. I recommend you take your bread intake right down and don't eat any takeaway foods like pizzas or burgers, things like that. I prefer that you eat at home, make your own food. At least you know what you're getting. High protein diets tend to work well with parasites, particularly the lean kind of proteins, like fish and chicken. A good free-range organic chicken and some eggs and maybe some fish, maybe some tofu or tempeh if you're not meat sort of inclined. There are many different types of proteins you can consume that are going to really help to improve your health. If you can, do what I do and try and grow some vegetables, right? Some green leafy veggies like spinach or broccoli. So eating a predominantly vegetable diet with some good quality proteins and maybe a few legumes thrown in there is the way to go with parasites. Salads are quite good to have. Tomatoes, lettuce, zuna, bok choy, endive, spinach, spring onions, all very good. Let's look at some specific foods that are antimicrobial in general, where you can't go wrong with garlic, for example, fresh garlic and fresh ginger and fresh turmeric. These are things you can get hold of. Coconut products, very, very good. Coconut oil, coconut cream, even the meat itself from the coconut, all going to help you significantly. Fresh herbs, basil, oregano, marjoram, thyme, rosemary. These are all antimicrobial herbs. Pumpkin seeds, grated carrot and grated beetroot. Mix them together 50-50 and a few tablespoons per day. Antimicrobial. Excellent, excellent choices. So let's just say you've got your diet sorted, you've done an assessment. Don't forget to add some cultured foods in there as well. I'm a big fan of a little bit of sour yogurt, natural Greek sour yogurt. Just a small amount of that every day in the diet. It'll also help you out. I'm not a fan of kefir anymore, or kefir. I don't like this when the digestion's very disordered. I'm having way too much bad feedback from people over the years now who've made kefir, included in their diet, and actually got worse, not better. You can actually get a type of Candida from kefir as well, because kefir is a ferment, it's not a culture. So when you, like kombucha, if you make kefir at home, it's easy to screw it up. And it's easy to get sick from kefir as well if you're not feeling fantastic. So kefir, I believe, should be included in the diet when you're feeling a lot better, not when you're very sick. Also be careful of sauerkraut. Sauerkraut can really disturb some people. It can create a histamine problem with some people as well. So you can experiment with sauerkraut. Small amounts of the juice may be beneficial for you, but just be careful with it. You may find it's perfectly okay, but you also may find that you'll get very sick with it. I find that yogurt, sour yogurt, to be one of the best. So don't forget the lifestyle, guys. You need to have really good sleep patterns. There's no point staying up watching, movies on Netflix to 2 a.m. If you're eating the right kind of food and taking good supplements, you're not going to recover if you've got poor sleep. Make sure that you enjoy your job, that you're doing something that you like to do every day. Get adequate rest. Right? Don't over-exercise. Too much exercise is a big stress for the body. So what kind of supplementation should you take? Well, you can take any kind of supplements. A smart thing to do when you're drinking, is to add a few drops of grapefruit seed extract into the water every day, 5 to 10 drops per day. That go a long way towards helping to eradicate different types of pathogens from the body. Check out my CanXida range of products, particularly the CanXida Remove. Okay, CanXida Remove is the only product of its kind on the market with grapefruit seed extract in it. It's got an oregano, it's got clove, it's got neem, it's got garlic, standardized garlic in there. So it's got a lot of powerful anti-parasitic herbs in there. It's also got antifungal herbs and nutrients in there, and antimicrobial. So it actually works on the bacteria, the yeast, and the parasites. And again, the prominent video I just looked at before explaining about parasite cleansing, the gentleman was saying you need to buy a bottle of black walnut, you need to buy a bottle of oregano oil, you need to buy some garlic extract. So he had 5 or 6 bottles on the counter. Well, all of those things add up and are very pricey. The CanXida Remove contains all of those things in a sustained release form. So it's going to help you and save you a lot of money at the same time. CanXida Restore contains 6 different types of probiotics and 7 types of enzymes. Works beautifully in conjunction with CanXida Remove. So both those products work well together. I recommend you take 1 Remove per day to start with, and then build up to 1 CanXida Remove with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Do that for about 3 to 4 weeks. Take a break for about a week or so, and then resume for another 3 to 4 weeks. That along with a diet, and if you take a few additional drops of grapefruit seed extract in the water, it's going to help to eradicate a lot of parasites. I've seen this repeatedly with tests before and after, that this protocol works beautifully. Don't forget the CanXida Restore. Okay, take a few of those. It's going to help you as well. A couple in the morning, maybe 1 or 2 in the morning, maybe 1 or 2 in the evening. And a multivitamin with an antimicrobial back end is CanXida Rebuild. So that's got a whole bunch of herbs in the background that help to inhibit parasites. So take 1 rebuild per day for a good 6 months. It's going to help clean up the gut significantly. So I hope that gives you a bit of an insight into a really good parasite cleanse. You don't need a whole bunch of supplements. You don't need a lot of special foods. Most of these foods you can get basically from your grocery store or your supermarket, or you can get them from your veggie shop. Go to a good veggie shop, preferably an organic veggie shop. So count on a good 3 months to eradicate most parasites from the body. And don't forget the assessment. It makes sense to test. I hope that gives you some insight. Thanks for tuning in.